Shake that.
Cool. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to One Track Hivemind. On today's episode, we've got me. I'm Jen, and pronouns are she, her. We've got Jane with us, who can't introduce herself because of transphobic parents. So that's Jane over there in that corner with she, her pronouns.
I'm
Hello,
Sarah.
it is I.
No, right.
I actually can't speak the whole episode this time. I'm just here.
I'll just verbalize your thoughts. We're on the same wavelength enough that I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm Sarah. I go by she, her.
And I'm Babick. I go by he, they, she.
Okay, so we were just talking about legendary copyright infringing, hating band King Crimson. I don't even remember why we were talking about King Crimson.
Wait, do they hate? I've
Jane...
never heard about that. Do they have like a? Do they?
Oh yeah.
Wait, are you serious?
If you check their Last FM thing too, they don't allow their album covers to be published on Last FM because they say it's a violation of their copyright.
If you like scrabble any of their albums, they're always blank. They like DMCA every instance of the album art online if they can. I remember for a long time it was really hard to listen to their music anywhere because it wasn't on streaming until like 2 years ago. It wasn't on iTunes. It wasn't on. It wasn't like YouTube uploads would have to be titled like totally not in the Court of the Crimson King, and they would still get taken down. The only versions you could ever find on there were like live versions or bootlegs. So it was like actually a really big deal when they got added to streaming. So it still doesn't register in my head that they're on streaming. I still think of them with like Tool and the Beatles not being on streaming services and stuff.
Which is funny because those bands are both also now streaming services.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like they're, I can't name a super prominent, like, mainstream artist. I don't know how mainstream Joanna Newsom is, but, like, she's the biggest artist I can think of that just isn't on stream. That and, like, Garth Brooks, who is just selling millions of records because he's super defiant about not having his stuff on digital services. But, yeah, so there was that. And then when Power came out, the Kanye song, I heard Fripp quit music for a year because he was so upset about it.
I'm glad that despite all that, they didn't pull a fucking Mac Homie and just like hit Genius with a DMCA and make them take down their lyrics.
Wait, is that really a thing?
Oh, Mac Homie and Ural Droog both did that. You can't look at their lyrics on Genius because they made Genius take them down because of copyright.
That's such fucking bullshit.
And
so
they never really said like anything about it, but Mac Homie was asked about it, and his only comment was, "The game must be sold to you, not told to you," or something. Like that was his comment on taking down his lyrics from Genius.
It's so funny.
Bitch.
Yeah, like, I know.
I got into Ural Droog when he did a feature on like that Jean Grey Quale Chris album. And he just does this feature, if you haven't heard it. It's on Scoop of Dirt, where he talks about how disgusting he is. Like the whole verse is like him talking about how he smells really bad, and like he has all these armpit stains, and how he has like plumber's crack or whatever. But then I went to like view the lyrics on Genius one time because I was listening to that song, and it's like you get the Quale Chris verse, and then in the middle it's like, "We cannot show the full lyrics to this song because of a copyright dispute from copyright holder Ural Droog. Please."
I think it'd be really funny if somebody put like an annotation on that and just pasted the actual lyrics in.
Yeah, that would actually be genius. That would probably like get them in a ton of trouble. Genius would probably just take it down. Yeah, Genius would probably just take it down. It's like it's so funny because like it's one thing that it's Mock Homie doing it because Mock Homie is like peak art rap or whatever. But I haven't like listened to his stuff in full, but he raps in 4 different languages within songs, and it's like he's got this whole big thing where he sold this one album for $10,000 and only one person is supposed to be able to listen to it.
Oh, he's got a bunch of records where it's like he makes these super fancy like wooden box editions and it's the only vinyl cut, and it's like $500 a pop.
Like I was gonna say, the $10,000. That's not even the only one. There's a ton of Mac Homie albums that like you have to pay. There was one that was produced entirely by Earl Sweatshirt. It was on Bandcamp for like $100 or something. Like he has a ton of stuff that's just super expensive on Bandcamp.
Yeah. So at
All
least
we
with
gotta do is pool our
Makami,
resources, then we can socialize the Makami records.
yeah, because like somebody was trying to tell me once, and looking back, they were definitely like just Makami Defender Squad, but they were trying to tell me that it was like his intention was just that people would group buy it, and then they could share the files around. Which, if you made that clear that that was your purpose, I wouldn't mind that as much. If it was just like, once you group buy it, you can just share the files around. I just want like to get paid up front. But no, that's definitely not what Makami is doing, because you'll read his statements and he's all like, yeah, this was a very personal album. Not many people should be able to hear it.
Yeah, that was the same fucking stupid argument that like what's his name? Milo made, and I hate Milo so much.
Yeah.
But he
And
was
it
like,
was,
whenever I was like arguing with him on Twitter about copyright bullshit, I was going on about how like, why are you like just why would you charge so much? You're just limiting the amount of people who can listen to something like this. And it's like, well, you could just get the digital files. You can buy those. They're like $10 or it's on streaming. Well, okay, but like you're offering a product. It's not a luxury item. It's not even a fancy package. Why are you marking it up so much? And he's like, I'm taking into account all the recording and everything that like it took to go into that. It's not how that fucking works.
Also,
Jack.
there is another reason that he said it was like he apparently got like super pissed at people selling it on Discogs for like $300 fucking dollars. So he said like, oh, if they're gonna get that much money for it, I might as well too, or something like that.
Yeah, well, which is also a stupid. That's like a total classic libertarian move.
I'll scout my own albums. I will. Yeah, it's
Yes.
so
It's like,
funny.
well, if somebody's gonna do it, it may as well be me. No, don't contribute to the problem, jackass.
Yeah.
That was what, like, I think I remember Gale from Breaking Bad. It was like one of the funniest scenes to me is where he's like, Walt's asking him like, why do you do this? Like you seem like a really like uptight kind of neat nerdy person. Why are you like in the meth business? And he's like, well, I'm a libertarian and I believe that somebody's going to be providing this service, so I may as well be the one to profit from it, and I may as well do it like with high quality and safety.
Nice. Yeah, it's hilarious to me already when it's someone like Makami or Milo who are like, super devoted to themselves. But it is even funnier to me that your old Droog does it about his whole verse where he's talking about how like he pops a whole bunch of pimples every day and there's vomit in his living room that he hasn't cleaned up yet. That's real high art.
Truly, this is the highest of art.
It's like super easy to get blocked by Euro Droog on Twitter, right? Like he just I know he starts beef with people like all the time. I mean, I know there was that whole thing with Fantano because Fantano gave him an album a 7 and pointed out that one transphobic line on the album, and he was like, "Fuck you, you the tuck, and you don't know about my. I'm just talking about my lived experiences." Like, bro, you said a transphobic slur. It's not fucking.
Yeah, that whole era, I just like kept out of morbid curiosity going to Yod's Twitter, and he was just like I swear he had to have tweeted like over 100 times that day. Like genuinely just quote tweeting people, absolutely roasting them for saying absolutely anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, you tell us your King Crimson story.
Yes, my King Crimson story, right. So I had only ever listened to In the Court of the Crimson King before, and I just like randomly got inspired this week to listen to a whole bunch of King Crimson. So they only have like 13 albums, which isn't a lot for a band that's technically still around. So I just went through them all. And the main thing I realized is that the version of In the Court of the Crimson King I heard in high school was definitely either like a horrible rip or was like a troll. Because it just had like all this noise, like staticky stuff. And like, I'm going to be honest, like, the vocals sounded like Daft Punk vocals or something. like genuinely that level of robotic and toned out. And I was just like, wow, this was super avant-garde for the 60s. Like, yeah, this was super creative. But I never like re-listened to it or anything in high school. And the big kicker,
where you like heard it?
It was just some dumb rip on YouTube or something.
So it was a YouTube. Okay, yeah, that explains it.
Yeah, it was probably like run through whatever filter they could to get it up on there, and it just ended up being so unintelligible that it was it was just noise.
Yeah. Court of the Crimson King's one of those, and I remember that another popular album that would end up on YouTube in a really bastardized format a lot was I would keep seeing different uploads of Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, and the only one that ever stuck around was like somebody did an 8-bit cover of like All 2 Hours, and that was the only one that was there.
Oh
So
yeah, I used
sometimes
to watch.
I'd feel super defeated and just go and listen to that.
I listened to a bunch of those 8-bit remix albums in high school. Like I listened to, I know at least Hail to the Thief and In Rainbows had them, and I definitely also listened to like an 8-bit Mad Villainy like remake album type thing.
Well, the 8-bit Mad or no, wait, never mind. I'm thinking because wait, hold on. I've definitely seen an 8-bit Mad Villainy cover before, but I think it might be because is there like a Fortet? I feel like is there a Fortet remix album that has an 8-bit, or am I conflating the two things?
I'm almost positive. Yeah, I think that's
I'm just thinking of the Fortet remix thing then. But.
Yeah, they might have honestly used that image just again for that video. I don't even know, but I do know it did have like an 8-bit type of cover.
Yeah, I never listened to a full 8-bit album, but there was this 8-bit version of Mo Bamba that I used to play a lot back in the day because it went really hard.
I just say I don't know how Sicko Mode or Mo Bamba was ever like an argument. Mo Bamba is not that good.
It is though. Mo Bamba slaps. It does.
Sicko Mode is a great song. I know that like it's a meme, but it's a good song. Mo Bamba is like so monotone and kind of lame.
For me, it's almost entirely the production being like, it's like so over the top that it's just crazy.
Mo Bamba?
Yeah, like it's just like
but it's not. It's super minimal.
Yeah, no, it's like super minimal.
Like, yeah. There's not even like super. Like the drums also are super minimal. They're not even like super like hard hitting trap drums or whatever.
I'm thinking more about like how the song itself just like goes. It's just like every.
I mean, that's the appeal is the part where it's just like this super like hypnotic monotone thing, and then he just fuck shit, bitch, young Shaq Weston. I'm getting really. That's that part just goes off.
Well, I will say, my only contribution to this argument will be that when Anthony Fantano did his top songs of 2018, I guess it was. I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to the ones that I haven't heard before. And I thought that I had heard Mo Bamba, but because I was such a social recluse in college freshman year, I had not heard Mo Bamba. I thought I had heard Mo Bamba, but I had actually just heard the vocals that Sheck West had on Astroworld. And I thought that was Mo Bamba.
But actually, what's funny about Mo Bamba is the Bob was talking about the switch up where he goes fuck shit that iconic thing. The reason that happened is because he was just freestyling. He was freestyling the whole song over the beat. Then the computer crashed, and he was just genuinely pissed at the computer crashing. And so he was just like fuck shit, and then the computer came back and he just kept going and just freestyled young shit and just freestyled the other part.
So it was an act of God that made the song iconic.
Yeah, basically.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, sort of like when we were talking about Biz Markie and how someone else was supposed to or he was supposed to have someone else do the chorus, but no one showed up to the studio that day, so he just sang it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that song would not be as famous as it is if it weren't for that.
Since I wasn't on that episode, I didn't get to mention it, but it always reminds me on how Rod Serling was not supposed to narrate The Twilight Zone.
Really?
Yeah, they hired some famous actor at the time, and the famous actor, I can't remember if he like dropped out last second or he was like in a traffic jam and it was like really delayed, but Rod Serling was supposed to be a stand-in for the pilot episode because they just wanted to pitch it and get it out there. And everybody kind of agreed he had such immense presence there that he just stayed on for the whole series.
Which, yeah, I can't imagine anybody else doing it.
Yeah, he was like, that's another absolute case of just God intervening to make something good.
Speaking of God intervening to make something good, I just wanted to say that, like, we've celebrated, what is how many episodes have we done so far?
Fuck if I can't count.
Let me see.
Isn't this 9 or something? I don't know. Are we at 10?
Hold on, let me check.
Let me see. I think this is going to be 8 or 9.
This is 8?
This is going to be 8, for sure.
This is going to be 8. So we have like 6 out?
Yeah,
we have 6 out. There's a 7th one that's going to come out, and this is number 8.
Well, okay, that kind of ruined my segue. I was going to say we've... this is like our 10th, our 10 episode anniversary, and recently we just celebrated the 10-year anniversary of one of the biggest songs ever released, which is
Mo
Party
Bamba.
Rock Anthem by LMFAO.
Everybody just have a good time. Yeah. And we gon' make you lose your mind.
Hey, Party Rock Anthem. Okay, so this is a song that I think literally everybody's heard, to the point that this is the first time we've ever done a song that Babick's heard.
Yeah, let's go.
Which, I just want to clap. So you broke the streak. Congrats.
I hate you for choosing the song because I wanted to see how long I could make the streak go for.
Well, I'm sorry.
Fuck. It's fine. It was a good run. There were definitely some, like, we're definitely gonna have more songs in the future. It's like I've never heard them, even though I should have.
No, now we're just gonna pivot to doing only songs you heard.
We're gonna pivot to becoming like underscores 155 or something.
Yeah,
let's go.
Oh my
It would
God.
just be me talking about how much I love underscores, and then Jen
It'd be
fucking
nothing to
trashing on
talk
it.
about. Okay, Party Rock
Shut up.
Anthem needs no introduction, but we will all talk about our experiences with it. And as usual, I will go first. I think everybody kind of remembers this from an era. Shut up, Jane. Everyone kind of remembers this from the era of, banging electro pop hits on the radio. Along with, I was one of the other things we considered for this was DJ Got Us Falling in Love, which is another, creeper. Oh man, that's another classic.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a cool remix of Revenge by Captain Sparkle.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that first, I think when I was younger, I probably liked this song and wouldn't admit it because I thought it was cool to not like pop music or whatever. But I totally love this song in the present day. Like, it's seriously one of the best just bangers of the radio pop kind of scene, I guess, from that whole general late 2000s, early 2010s sound that I'm having a hard time putting into words. Oh man, I love it. It goes.
It very
off
much has
so much.
a feeling that it comes from that era. Like, I don't really know how to identify it, but there very much is something that makes it from that era.
Oh yeah, totally. It's so much so that I can't help but remember my horrible 7th grade school dances where they played that and Gangnam Style. It's all these songs are tied together in my head.
Back in my day.
There's that, and then there's the CS188 YouTube poop videos where he would just destroy all of these songs miserably. This is the one where the I've got dominoes meme came from. I remember that. I still sing some of his lyrics in my head because I've seen that maybe as many times as I've heard the song, even if it's totally unavoidable. I always sing the line
genuinely
backwards.
there are
I'm draining through these hoes like Runo. I always
genuinely
say that.
multiple songs.
No Lennon or Zeppelin.
No Lennon or Zeppelin, which is also what people on the internet generally think that he said in the song. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah.
Or in the music video, how there's how he's giving them the earbuds so that they don't. Well, I guess the music video we'll talk about later, but in the CS188 video, it's little bunny ears, and he's just put them on.
Yeah.
I always thought
There
that was
are
really funny.
This isn't one of them, but there are multiple songs that CS188 covered that I don't remember the original lyrics that well.
Yeah. The other one that I think is it's a really clever edit is in that video is that he takes the line "You're naked now" and he shifts it up 2 bars so that he says it after he's "We just want to see you naked now," but you don't you don't really notice it because he cuts it right on the bar.
Yeah,
I really think it's funny whenever there's those that you don't notice until you hear the actual song later and you're oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, he's gaslighting you, essentially.
It kind of is. That's how the song goes to me, is "We just want to see you naked now."
We just want to see.
I love this song so much that whenever I hang out with my buddy Dominic in Phoenix, we'll usually we'll be listening to old post-hardcore and emo or whatever on the highway and just blasting it, yelling all the words. But we'll throw this on in the mix every time. It's something from Say Anything's Is a Real Boy. We'll be throwing on Every Man Has a Molly, and then we'll do this. Because Party Rock Anthem, we looked in to see if we could, just for the meme, buy a 7-inch or a 12-inch of this song, or if even the album had ever been pressed. And if I recall correctly, there's only a random DJ promo of it with a bunch of remixes, but not the original, which is like such a tragedy.
It's so funny that you brought that up because last night my dad was trying to pressure me to buy some old Cobra Starship song on.
Which one?
It was what is it? Good Girls Gone Bad. That's the one.
Yes.
Like,
I knew it. That would be another great song to cover from this era.
I would love to cover that song. It's so funny.
You know, Cobra Starship was formed from another band called Midtown that were like pretty good, like Hot Topic pop punk.
Yeah, they made that really good Deep House album, right? Midtown 180 Blues.
The fuck?
Isn't Midtown the clipping the view?
Shut up.
Yeah, the only official 12-inch of Party Rock Anthem is just a bunch of dubstep remixes. Literally, people have bootlegged this single on vinyl,
Now
but there
I wanna
is
listen to
no
dubstep
official.
remixes of
That's
this
so
song. Fuck.
weird.
Oh, did y'all know real quick, because I don't know where to fit this, and I just remembered it. Red Foo of LMFAO is the half-brother of Rockwell, who made Somebody's Watching You with Michael Jackson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's also the other guy in LMFAO's uncle.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And they're both... Hold on, let me pull up the family tree. Just take a second. Because they're related to... But I don't want to mess up what I'm saying. Rate the music, Red Foo. Yeah, he's the half brother of Rockwell and uncle of the other guy. And him and Rockwell are both the sons of Berry Gordy from Motown.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
I would really definitely agree that Party Rock is the logical continuation of that Motown soul sound.
I mean,
Yeah.
Motown has like a bunch of like trap people signed to them now. They have like Migos on Motown. They have Vince Staples on Motown now.
Oh yeah, that's true. I remember a silly anecdote about The Fall is that Motown was interested in signing The Fall, and then the first album that The Fall was trying to make under their Motown contract started with a song that used the N-word prominently.
Oh.
Oh,
And,
yeah, Hex Induction Hour.
Yeah. Maybe not the greatest choice from Marquis Smith there.
Did y'all know that Red Foo has a writing credit on To Pimp a Butterfly?
What?
Okay, no, so he didn't. Okay, so this is just some. He didn't like actually sit down and go into a session with Kendrick and write stuff, right? What happened is on King Kunta, the bit where it samples, like "We Want the Funk," that bit. That's an interpolation of this song from the '90s that goes like "We Want the Funk," that Red Foo produced back when he was producing boom bap beats in the '90s.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's like genuinely really... that's like a real 6 degrees of separation kind of thing. That's so cool.
Insane.
Yeah.
But
Really, when you think about it, Red Foo is connected to everyone in the music industry.
and other industries. Do you know he tried out for the U.S. Open?
Yeah, I
What?
did know
What the
that.
fuck?
Yeah.
He's like a semi-pro tennis player. I remember because my dad's super into tennis, and so he'd watch it on TV all the time. And I was like, "Did you know that the guy from like, Party Rock and all that stuff? He's like a tennis player." And he was like, "Well, let me see what he looks like." I showed him a picture. He's like, "Oh yeah, he's pretty good."
That's amazing.
I mean, he does look like a tennis player when I'm thinking about it. Like, he's got that build.
I guess.
I don't know
I used
what
to think,
exactly the build of a tennis player is supposed to be.
You got to be, like, kind of lean because you got to run around a bunch, but you still got to have, like, prominent arms, too.
You have to have
Makes
really
sense.
good calves.
Yeah, really good calves and stuff. I had a bunch
Yeah.
of friends who were on the tennis team in high school, but that was mostly because they got to leave school early. So that was the main reason.
Okay, so Jane, you go ahead and tell us your experience with Party Rock Anthem.
Yeah, I have a very similar experience. It just reminds me a lot of that very, very early 2010s, like late 2000s even. This was like the very first era when I started to actually hear pop music, because A, my dad got like super into it, and B, I started going more places that weren't local, so I wasn't just hearing like country radio. I started hearing more pop radio stuff, and I very distinctly remember going to, I think it was Busch Gardens, and they had this like Halloween party while we were there, where they had this like pumpkin-headed dude who was named like Old Jack or something come out and do a DJ set, and he was doing like mashups with Party Rock Anthem and Bad Romance, and so I always associate those two songs together. I got super into LMFAO as a whole in middle school. Like I was listening to a whole bunch of their songs.
Really?
And yeah, and they were what happened at the time, there was like this Pandora competitor, I guess, really more like a Pandora ripoff called Nutsy that was on the webs at the time. And instead of being like specific artist channels, it was like specific yearly channels. So you could go to a specific year and it would pull from like all the songs that were like top 40 hits that year or
cool.
whatever. And like YouTube was blocked and Pandora was blocked, but Nutsy for some reason never got blocked, even though I feel like just off name alone, the system maybe should have like rejected it just off name. But until that site shut down. Yeah, until I mean, it was not good, but for school listening, I just remember that it had a feature that was kind of like Pandora, where it was like you could skip a certain number of songs, but then it would like remember that for the future. So me and a friend ended up doing, I don't remember if it was like 2010 or 2011, but one of those years, we just went through and we skipped every single song until the only things it would give us would be like Sexy and I Know It and Party Rock Anthem and like a couple other songs, and it would just be on loop. So that's the main memory. The only other like huge memory I have attached to this song is also in middle school. We had this like big field yard day thing to celebrate. Yeah, celebrate like attendance or grades or something. And in the like promo video for it that they cut together, they're like showing off all the things. Like it was like, oh, you get to smash a car with a hammer. We're gonna have trampolines and big slides and stuff. And they were playing Party Rock Anthem, but it was blatantly like a really, really weird cover version. And so I was like, okay, well, they didn't want to use the original song because it's got like, I'm running through these hoes and like lyrics like that. So, they got like, they didn't want to use the censored version because it would be too obvious. So they got like a cover that like, slightly changes the words or something. No, in fact, in this cover version, I swear the music cuts out and he's, instead of it being like, I'm running through these hoes, where it's like, kind of repeated, he just stops and he's like, I am running through these hoes like Drano. Like he got tired of singing. So it was even more monotone and like easily comprehensible.
No, you have to. You have to find this. I need to hear it.
I don't know. I think a local band might have did it because it was so bad. I can't possibly fathom that it was like something. It was not. Surely it wasn't one of the first things they found on YouTube. But it would be hilarious if I was able to find it, because I just remember I was sitting
just
there.
Like a recreation of the original.
It was. What it sounded like is that they like took the original, but they like pitched it up twice for like copyright or something. I don't know. So it was like really, really bad sounding. And I remember I was sitting next to my friend and we were both into LMFAO, and I turned to him and I was like, oh, this must be like, the reason they're using this must be like, they didn't want to use the, more offensive terminology. And then like, we got to the second verse and it's just like, I am running through these hoes as though I am Drano.
That is amazing.
You said the music cuts out during too?
It didn't even like cut out so much as it sounded like it was like fizzling. Like the music was like they were running out of the ability to keep playing the music in the background. Like it really does sound like
you could still find it on YouTube somewhere.
I might try to look for it. There's a bunch of like old crappy music videos that were done by either like local bands to me or local bands to my friends that I used to have saved, and they're pretty much all gone now.
Wait,
they
wasn't
all got
it
taken
you?
off YouTube.
Wasn't it you who sent me the music video the one time that like they built a Walmart? You were reliving, and so somebody went and made a music video.
That's still up. There's this town that's like really near to where I live, and they didn't have a Walmart, and the town is like 50 minutes, an hour away, depending on what route you take. So they had to drive all the way to our town for a Walmart. And so they finally ended up building this big, fancy Walmart there that was like 2 stories and had like escalators and stuff, which doesn't sound super remarkable, but it was like the first 2-story one we had anywhere around here. And this dude named Kanye East did a big song celebrating it. Just, we got a Walmart. And It became like this minor viral hit, and at the time I thought it was just like all the people around here thought it was funny, but I looked into it many years later and I found out it got posted on some subreddit for like the cringiest music videos. And that's where it was popular, as it was like the top post for that week. Way before I heard about Reddit.
Amazing. Okay, Sarah, you're next up.
Right, so unlike all the other songs that I've been a part of, that I've been in the episodes for so far, usually the story goes like, yeah, I didn't know the song existed when I was growing up. I've heard about it like a couple years ago. I never really heard it. I actually did grow up with this song very much so, it was playing everywhere when I was in middle school. I played at middle school dances, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, and I loved it back then, and I still love it. I think I've always loved this song. Like, I know I loved it back then, I know I love it now. I don't think that I ever stopped loving it. But I never forgot that it existed. But like sometime late last year, I had this sort of awakening where I realized that I think that like that era of like EDM influenced pop rap, like LMFAO and the Black Eyed Peas and like a G6 is just like extremely entertaining to me. So I kind of like I never forgot about the song, but like sometime last year I just kind of rediscovered it and started replaying it a whole bunch. And I just think it's just like really, it slaps. Like you said, it slaps. It's really fucking just fun and fun. I don't know, just because just like all the production quirks and everything, it just very much makes it like of that era. It's just like I really love all that kind of stuff for some reason. So yeah, it is very dear and close to my heart, and honestly, one of the greatest songs just in general.
When you were doing your initial spiel and you said something about like unlike all other songs, and I thought you were gonna start making a statement about like how this is better than every song to ever exist ever.
I mean, kind of. What do you think
kind of
about
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would have just called you based afterwards. If that was the
I should have said that.
In some sense, I think that's true.
I think I would agree, yeah.
I mean, I certainly think if you were to write a college essay about its impact, it certainly stands out.
God, imagine being a professor and like getting handed that report. It's like why Party Rock Anthem by LMFAO is the most culturally impactful thing of the 2010s.
Well, on that note,
why don't you tell us why was it impactful to your life?
Oh, good transition, Jen. Well,
you just call me Jane.
No, I like start. You both your names start with J's, and I was looking at the Walter profile picture as you were talking, and I associate Walter with Jane. So in my mind, I thought, oh, Walter, Jane. Then I realized, wait, no, you're Jen. Fuck.
It happens in the opposite direction more often than it does this way, I think.
Yeah, like most people think, like they see Jane and they think of Walter, but in this case, I looked at Walter and I thought of Jane.
It's not even like exclusive to here or like this leg of the internet, because like that's my roommate's name also. So, it's just like constantly people confuse.
Okay, but yeah, general thoughts of mine on the song. It's a fucking banger. I love this song.
Yes.
Like, I think when I first heard it, like, I didn't really, like, years ago, that is, I didn't really think much of it other than, oh, it's cool. But as time has gone on and I've, like, revisited it or, like, remember that it existed, I just come more to realize, like, the song fucking slaps. And anyone who hates it is dumb.
I like our trend.
This song cannot be, like, understated or overstated. It's just so... Like, the Wikipedia page is so dense, just saying, like, it was used in, like, this TV show, and it was in, like, this TV commercial, and, like, this movie, and this video game, and everything. It's been in everything. And it, like, we talk about a lot of songs that were, like, super popular, but never actually went number one. This, like, went number one and stayed there for a long time. And it's, according to Wikipedia, if this is to be true, it's the third best-selling digital single of 2011, where it sold 9.7 million copies, and it is the third best-selling digital single in U.S. history. It is
That's kind of
the sixth
insane.
most successful song of all time, according to Billboard, and it is one of the most it's in the top 100 for most viewed videos on YouTube, with over 1.9 billion views. And I did check when we started recording. I just want to note it has 1.999 billion views. It's about to cross 2 billion.
Yeah, by the time this episode comes out, it will probably cross 2 billion. If not by anybody else, by Sarah's doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just the rest of us.
This has been said a lot, obviously, but I think that it's important to bring up how LMFAO's only 2 albums are Party Rock and then Sorry for Party Rocking, and they just quit. I just love that so much.
I think, yes, that's really funny, and I almost wonder if Hobo Johnson took after that with his. The first album is The Rise of Hobo Johnson, and the second one is The Fall of Hobo Johnson. He's been pretty quiet since.
Yeah.
Just wonder if he's just gonna fucking quit.
Yeah, he put out 2 classics and he's done.
It's like LMFAO. The 2 members are gonna split. Hobo and Johnson.
Boo.
We're just gonna get LMF and AO.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's kind of unfair to put all the consonants in one and all the vowels in another. We gotta make it more evenly distributed.
Also,
so LMA and then FO or some shit.
Yeah, have fun with it. Maybe you can rearrange some new words in there.
What
Also,
other
you could
words would you rearrange? What would your ideal arrangement be with that?
Alf and Mo.
You could do LA and Moth.
Oh, also,
I'm pretty sure that's already an indie band's name, is the Moth of LA or something.
Also, did y'all know, according to LMFAO, they said this in an interview before. This is from their Wikipedia page, but I knew it before. According to LMFAO, they were originally going to call themselves Sexy Dudes, but changed their name to LMFAO after telling Sky Blue's grandmother.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think they really preserved their image, honestly.
Imagine this sort of reminds me of just bands with super fucking horrendous in not necessarily the bad sense, but just the sense of if you were to tell that name to your grandmother, she'd just die on the spot kind of names. Just imagine trying to tell that to your parents or whatever. It's yeah, I'm in a band. It's called, and then the fucking name.
I really I just went to the Internet Anagram server and typed in LMFAO to see what would come up. Usually it gives you a huge list of all these options, but there's only one, and it's Lamb of.
It is a subtle reference to, much like the band name. Yes, because LMFAO were blessed by God.
Yes.
It's the missing part of the equation. These are the other 2 members of the Holy Trinity.
They are God, and then Lamb of describes them.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad we're all on the same page.
Also, this isn't related to Party Rock Anthem, but I want to talk about it because it's an LMFAO related thing that I just every day I wake up and I think about this. Yes, exactly. Is the fucking I'm in Your City trick compilation.
Yes. I love that album.
Thing. But there's hold on, let me pull up the exact number. There is
50 at least.
No. In terms of, hold on. There's 10 ratings for that on Rate Your Music. And one of them is me, because I give it 5 stars. Also, I'm weighted, so. But
Sarah's account being weighted is the most terrifying thing on Rate Your Music I can think of.
But yeah, there's 50 songs. It's 193 minutes long, and it's just wait, Babick, do you know about this? The I'm in Your City trick compilation? Because
no,
Jane knows, I think. Oh,
I do not know
so what this is? Do you know the LMFAO song?
They separated it into discs on Spotify. That's hilarious.
Do you know the LMFAO song? I'm in Miami, bitch.
No.
Okay, that was one of their,
at least I don't remember it at all.
That was one of their bigger hits. Not as big as I'm Sexy, I Know It, and Party Rock Anthem, obviously, but that was one of their other hits that they had back in the day.
It's a B tier. A B tier hit from them.
It's like Shots, basically. But
yeah, I was gonna say Shots territory.
I was gonna say,
or the actual title track. Yeah, the title track. Sorry, Party Rocking. Yeah.
Anyway, and so what it is, it's just and so the chorus of the song is them going about something, drink all day, and I'm in Miami, bitch. And so what they did, first of all, it's the clean version of that song is I'm in Miami trick, And so what they did is they took the clean version of that song, and then they just like, so if you look at the track list of this album, it's like I'm in Austin Trick. I think they have one that's like I'm in Boise Trick. And so it's just like 50 versions of the same song. And it's the exact same song, except for the chorus they went and re-recorded it. And so it's like I'm in Boise Trick or I'm in Austin Trick. And then the rest of the song is exactly the same. And there's a compilation of it. And I guess they did that so that they could perform them at shows or whatever. And it's just like 50 songs of the exact same song, but the chorus is a different city.
There's another song I know of that does that, which is the I don't know if they ever commercially released them, but I know that there are different versions of "You and I" by Lady Gaga. It's on the bridge. The original is, I think, "Nebraska, I Love You," but I remember being on the bus and hearing a version that was, "Oh, Pittsburgh, I love you," and I was like, "What?" It's like, what the fuck? And also, I think I remember she like performed it live on American Idol or something as like a one of the musical guests, and I definitely remember her just going, "Oh, America, America, I love you."
Also,
I wonder how many versions of that there were.
Like I said, most of these are trick, but there's a few where they did actual, where they, I mean, for all the cities they did, I'm in LA Trick or whatever. But there's a few where they did go and record Bitch also. Like they have I'm in Miami, obviously, but they have I'm in Las Vegas Trick and I'm in Las Vegas Bitch. I'm in LA Trick and I'm in LA Bitch, but only for like 4 or 5 they also recorded with Bitch. And there's on that compilation there's a remix of I'm in Miami Bitch with Pitbull on it. And they also took that Pitbull verse and put it over I'm in Diego Bitch. And those are the two they have Pitbull. And also a fucking insane, just amazing detail about this album is that Vince from this server, who is from Canada, lives in Canada. I was talking about the album once, and Vince went and checked it out on Canada, and because Vince lives in Canada, his version is different on Spotify. He doesn't have any of the U.S. cities. It's just all Canada cities. He has like 10 of them. He doesn't have, yeah, they localized it for Canada so that you don't even have the U.S. cities. It's just the Canada cities. and you can only hear that if you're in Canada.
That's so fucking weird.
I love that, honestly.
But like, that's hilarious.
I feel like the logical conclusion of this is my favorite profile on all of Spotify, which I'm about to send in chat. But it's called The Guy Who Sings Songs About Cities and Towns. And he literally, genuinely, is like, I think his whole point originally was supposed to be like making a joke on how stupid like Spotify's algorithm is in terms of paying artists. But what he does is he just goes to every single like town that he can find in America on Wikipedia, and he writes a song about it using the facts that are on Wikipedia. And it's like not just like big cities, like he did my town. And so it's just like ridiculous. Like, hold on, let me find. So his most recent release is called Vermont is So Great and Cities and Towns Places. And there are 50 songs on it, and it's an hour and 30 minutes long. And this was released this year. And he also put out this year important album about Tennessee city and town places. Utah, oh yeah, good. Oregon City, songs that are good. Songs about South Carolina places.
Since Sufjan Stevens never finished the 50 States project, this is the logical follow-up. Like, he just passed the torch to this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, this guy definitely is like, I mean, above and beyond, because he has like multiple albums for every state now. I discovered this guy, I think, like 2017. Oh, yes, he's actually branched out. I forgot about this, but he has like Come With Me to France, okay? And he has like Paris, Nice.
I wanted to check this guy's radio music. See how
I'm looking at it right now. Apparently he's in a band called Papa Rozzi and the Photogs.
That is an awesome band name, to be honest. To be fair.
The only genre that is tied to the page is musical comedy, so I definitely want to listen to that.
Yeah. Also,
oh my god,
he kind of looks a little bit.
The radio music.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Nobody wants to sit down and listen to the whole 1 hour and 30 minute like same looping track with different lyrics. They just want to listen to one song.
We need to LP some of this guy's stuff then in the server.
That's what I was going to say.
like a endurance test. Also, if you look at like all his album covers on Spotify, I might be going crazy, but he kind of looks like Phil Elverum from like the Happy Universe. Like a universe where Phil Elverum like only wrote really happy songs.
I kind of see it.
It's like that one. It's like that one video of Phil Elverum where he's doing karaoke of that Lil Wayne song.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I love that video.
Hold on. I found an album cover from one of his old bands, and for some reason I found this cover hilarious. It's in the chat.
I was literally looking at that one because it's the one with like the most ratings on the page, aka 4. It's like, so weird.
I like how it's called March column of the aliens.
Yeah, it's not March of the Aliens. It's March of the Aliens?
March of the Aliens.
I also love how the one review on that is like actually kind of like serious.
I think that if this were the cover art for a cover of Payphone, it would be really good. Just have this be the cover art.
Yeah, absolutely. That would communicate the point very well, I think.
Okay, so I think we should get the lyrics out of the way early so that we can do the misheard ones after.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree fully.
So let's just get right into the Genius page. I'll start reading. Party rock. Yeah. Woo. Let's go.
Let's go.
No. Oh no, we've already got a problem.
What?
You know the whole meme about like party rockers and party rock is?
Yes.
The Genius page says party rockers in the house tonight, but I'm like 90% sure that's not actually the line.
Also, I really quickly want to point out that on the very first line where it says party rock on the Genius thing, there's an annotation that says LMFAO's first hit album name. Also, a genre of music created by them, of rap with a lot of electronica and rock. It's music that's made strictly for partying and dancing. It is not made to simply listen to during youth nights at church.
They definitely did not oversee to make sure that was impossible, because I definitely went to several youth group meetings that would play this song.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I totally heard Party Rock Anthem at a youth group meeting or something.
And wait, someone in the comments under that said it's their clothing line as well. Do they have a clothing line with that name?
Oh, I'm sure they do. It's probably like...
I remember seeing ads for it when I watched MTV.
Oh, okay.
It's probably all like Speedos and,
Let's go. Banana hammocks.
I swear this changed, because I swear that in December, I looked at this page, and there were a few differences. Like, it said Party Rock is. Also, where the first verse is Sky Blue, and then Red Foo comes in? I'm sure that also it attributed that whole thing to Sky Blue, in December. And also, when Red Foo, the last line of his verse, now it says, now you wanna be, you're naked now. And I swear that when I looked at it in December, it said, now you're home with me, you're naked now. I swear there's a few changes that have been made.
I kind of want to get to the bottom of this.
Peter Giffen in the house.
Tongite.
Nobody just care about men.
I posted a screenshot of the comments in that annotation, and it is by a user named E, who marked this as missing something and said, Peter Giffen is in the house. To guys nobody care about, Meg, and it has one like. It has one upvote.
I'm gonna
have to give it another one.
Yeah.
Let's get to the most like comment on the site, baby.
Yeah. Let's get our legion of One Track Hivemind fans to just go and just like this comment so that it becomes the most liked comment.
Our legion of fans, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many fans do we have? Hey, if you're listening, raise your hand if you're a fan. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a little ambiguous. I don't know what the real line is, I guess, now, because I'm being totally Mandela affected. Berenstain Bears in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. Yeah! And we can make you lose your mind. Woo! Everybody just have a good time. Clap. Party rockers in the house tonight. Oh, Everybody just have a good time. I can feel it, baby.
I love the way he fucking delivers that bit. I can feel it. For some reason, it's just so fucking the way he delivers that ad-lib.
And we gonna make you lose your mind. Yeah. We just want to see you
Take that.
shake that.
And there comes the real chorus of the song. Because really, that synth lick, that is the chorus of the song. Everything else is just like
the
playing
annotation
into it.
on the shake that line is also genius. Not necessarily the original one, but the comment. The original one just says LMFAO's signature words, which can also be found in the intro and outro of Shooting Star. But then the comment says they want to see you shake that booty. Parenthesis, twerking? Question mark.
Working.
Twerking.
I did just for clarity, I decided to go to No Stupid Questions, the subreddit, and I very fortunately found the question: is the lyric "Party Rock is" or "Party Rockers"? And there are 4 main comments, and these comments are in order: Party Rockers, Party Rock is, LOL Geiger, and I'm in Miami, bitch.
I think the last one is the true lyric.
I'm in Miami, bitch.
I really, I'll get to this. Okay, so I don't know. Do we have anything to say about the lyrics here? Is there anything deep that we can extract from this?
Which house are they in?
I think they're at a house party. They're at a house party from the
No,
famous
it's not.
Steam
No,
game
not
party.
a house. They specifically say the house. It is the house.
Right,
Yeah, which
so they're in
house?
prison. They're in the big house.
Yes.
No, they're in the White House. They got elected this time.
Yeah, Red Foo got president, and Sky Blue was his running mate.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
I'm surprised they never did a music video where like they were like president or something. That seems like totally up in their
That
brand.
totally feels like something they 100% do.
No, yeah, they definitely need to come out with like a comeback album or something that's just like legalizing party rock or something like that.
Yes.
And then the fourth album is going to be called "We Legalized Party Rock."
So everybody just have a good time, but we're gonna make you lose your mind. So I know that there's like, that's just like, oh, we're gonna go crazy with the party or whatever. But with this whole like Mandela effect conspiracy concerning the first line of the chorus, I'm honestly wondering if they're trying to gaslight us, and that's how we're gonna lose our mind.
If anything, it just reminds me of like the music video where like everyone in the music video is like mind controlled or some shit, and like they lost
That's
their
true.
minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It's
was like a
actually-
subtle.
I think of it more like tied to that rather than like that.
No, I think you're onto something. I think we're gonna make you lose your mind. It actually means, every day.
Yeah, no, because the
everybody-
guy like gave him the earbuds. He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, put these in if you want to like survive," kind of deal.
Otherwise,
that's
you're gonna be shuffling
different.
every day.
Is it? Yeah, no, but the point of those is to like block out the sound, but then they gotta play around so they don't get attacked by the mob.
No, right? Yeah, exactly. But what we're talking about is how like the song is
Yeah.
the song was so powerful that everybody got mind controlled into shuffling every day.
Yeah.
Okay, verse 1, Sky Blue. In the club, party rock. Looking for your girl, she on my jock. Huh! Non-stop when we in the spot. Booty moving weight like she on the block. Woo! We got anything to say about that?
No, but the annotation for the booty moving line is fucking amazing. It basically just says moving weight is often used as slang for selling cocaine. However, in this context, it just refers to a big ol' ass. And then there's actually a GIF like tied to it of just someone's ass like jiggling. I fucking hate that.
I gotta say,
It's
Genius
actually a
like
pretty
allows that
clever
kind of shit. Wait, there's a proposed edit. What does it say? Oh, I literally just proposed to remove the GIF.
Where the drink? I gots to know. Tight jeans tattoo, cause I'm rock and roll. Half black, half white. Domino. Gaining money. Oprah dough. That's a terrible line. Holy shit.
Also, like,
Bro,
are
the
tight
way-
jeans the things you guys associate with rock and roll? Like,
No, but look, these lyrics are fucking stupid, but for some reason, the way he delivers it, it just goes so hard. Like, his delivery and flow, for some reason, I'm just like, yeah, hell yeah, tight jeans tattoo, rock and roll. 'Cause it's just, I don't know, it's just so fucking charismatic. Just the flow
also,
and everything.
there are so many like misinterpreted lyrics in the song. Like, does he say Oprah dough? Because I thought he said Oprah though. Honestly,
I didn't even think he said Oprah. I thought he said gaining money out the door. Like he was like
That's
just
what
there
I
to get the
thought.
money.
Yeah, that's what
and
I was.
then he
I'm just
left.
reading what Genius says. Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it is Oprah because I re-listened. Like it sounds more like Oprah than it would.
That makes
Okay.
sense because I definitely didn't know who Oprah was other than a Drake and Josh character when I would have been hearing this song initially.
Oh, my mom loved Oprah. There was no way around that.
Oprah
Yeah,
from
well.
Drake and Josh.
Yeah, Oprah, the fictional character.
Yes.
Like for some reason, no, I don't know what I was gonna say, but yeah, like this is like the lines on this just aren't good lines. But the way he says that, I'm like, yeah, these are the best lyrics in the world.
Okay, this conspiracy about mind control goes a little deeper. Next verse. Yo, I'm running through these hoes like Drano. The annotation here is, this is referring to the actual product Drano, which claims to quickly run through sink clogs like LMFAO quickly run through females. But it says, it's sort of interesting that they compare themselves to Drano, which is really destructive and dangerous when not used properly, ... Oh, actually, it's someone in like the proposed edits. I never actually caught this, but it's a play on hose, like HOSE.
Yeah, that's what I
'Cause Drano-
initially thought.
Oh,
of it.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I thought of hose and not, the unclogging product.
Yeah. I just want to
No,
also
I mean
point
like
out.
it's like HOES, but also HOSE, because Drano can be used to unclog like a garden hose.
Yeah, we use it to unclog our shower.
Right? Yeah, that's. Oh,
Yeah.
I never would have thought of it. I just thought it was like you put it
I
in,
doubt
in a drain.
I doubt they thought about it either, to be honest with you.
I don't know. That seems like a way too.
They would
close
have to be like
not being
geniuses
intentional.
to have thought of that, just to fuck with
But
us.
they are, because they're mind controlling everybody. We all love this song.
That's true, yeah. I also want to point out something hilarious to me is that somebody annotated in that verse just the word yo separately from everything else. And they said, LMFAO has made many references to the 70s and 80s in their style, their quotes, and all-around persona. Yo is a word meaning, hello, what are you doing? Or, here we go. That was popularized in that time period numerous hip-hop artist. But I took that incredibly long-winded way of explaining the word yo that exists, that everybody accepts exists. And just out of curiosity, that explanation of the word yo is 236 characters, which is about 118 times longer than the actual word that it's annotating.
Not only that, but there's a proposed edit that doesn't fix that that last line.
Just
It
adds a
just
comma.
adds 2 commas. Yeah,
It just adds
that last line
I thought
doesn't
it
make any
was-
sense.
Oh, it does that too. Okay.
It was popularized in that time period. Numerous hip hop artists. What does that mean? Okay,
it
so
was popularized in that time period numerous hip hop artists.
Yeah.
it's one of those sentences that changes like depending on which word gets the emphasis.
Yeah, it was
this is
popularized in
this
that
is the
time
exact same person who actually did the very first one of like claiming they invented a genre.
I guess
It's
that
the
makes
same
sense.
person for both comments.
Back in that era, multiple numerous party rock artist genre. Okay,
This is
so-
definitely just like Red Foo, right?
Yeah,
Just
no,
trying to
this
cover
one
up from the
person-
mind control conspiracy.
This one person is responsible for 4 of the annotations on this page, which is amazing.
I got
Let's go.
that devilish flow. Rock and roll, no halo. We party rock. Yeah, that's the crew that I'm repping. On the rise to the top, no lead in our Zeppelin.
Hey! Yeah, this was like always the other big controversial one, because everyone other than me apparently heard it as no Lennon or Zeppelin.
When I barely knew who Led Zeppelin was when I was growing up, but even I knew it was no Led Zeppelin, and I'm terrible at hearing
Yeah,
song lyrics. without
I
having
could
to
not
know
have heard that as Lennon.
No
I don't see
Lennon
how you
or
could.
Zeppelin.
No, like,
It's
I
like
Well,
when
I
we hate
guess
communists
maybe I
and
could
we hate
see-
people who gentrify black artists. Which side are you on?
I mean, I could see why. I could maybe see why someone would hear it as Lennon, but I don't. I heard it as Led.
It's probably the whole mind control thing again. And I was doing more research because it really interested me that there are multiple hints towards it. And I found out actually that people think that LMFAO stands for what you think it stands for. But it's actually, I'm looking into this. I'm starting to think LMFAO is like a US government op. Because the acronym of LMFAO, it stands for Listening, Mind Control for American Operations.
Actually,
I think they're trying to hypnotize people.
Actually,
And I think they
hold on.
succeeded.
LMFAO
Because
sissy
that-
femboy
because-
no video.
because you reminded me of something else, which is, like I said, they were gonna be named Sexy, and they showed it to their grandma, and they changed their name to LMFAO. And so there was an interview with their grandma, and their grandma says that the name actually stands for love my friends and others.
It's okay, Grandma. Just wouldn't fit on the shirt, so we had to change it to this. It's okay, Grandma.
That reminds me of like that one Simpsons episode where Marge tries to interfere with Itchy and Scratchy, and it's just them like them on the porch like offering lemonade to each other.
This seems so incredibly tangential. But I was on that site to count the characters of the yo annotation.
To count the characters, isn't that album by Kendrick Lamar?
Okay,
Boo, that wasn't even clever.
Boo, I don't even get it. I'm booing it. Boo.
Like
Because it's the Mima Butterfly. It's like, it's like when you say things that are
That
really
is
stupid.
nowhere near
doing.
close. I did not make that association whatsoever. Bad joke. Boo.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. You're welcome.
No, the other jokes like that me and Jen have booed of yours. At least I like got them, and I know why you made the joke. But that one made
Then
zero
why
sense.
did you boo them?
Because I knew you were trying to make a joke, and then like Jen booed you, and I thought a little bit harder about why. And I'm like, oh wait, and then I joined in.
There's a joke of the day on this letter count website, and the joke is formatted in such that it is put in like a scrollable text box on the side of the screen. So I'm scrolling through it, and it says, a set of jumper cables walks into a bar and orders a beer. I'm sorry, says the bartender, I can't serve you. Why, asks the jumper cables. You look like you are about to start something, replies the bartender. Then, after that, there's about 50 line breaks. And then you scroll all the way down, and at the bottom, it's a link to the website again, except the link is broken because they included the copyright symbol in the link. So you can't click on the link at all. And then there's a hyphen, just dotting out to it, and then it's C, line break, O, space, me back, space, K, tomorrow for another joke, smiley face, but like the old people smiley face, where it's not just like colon and, here, I'll just post it here, colon, and then it's like the dash, and then the parenthesis. Well, it just auto-turned it into an emoji.
I think I know what you're talking about. Let me try to type it.
There we go. I got it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I bet it's been the same joke for years too.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm definitely sitting here like thinking, like, this is a completely useless website that I looked up just because I forgot how to use Microsoft Word.
Oh, man,
like,
hold on. Yeah, go on.
Like, how likely is it that this site ever gets updated at all anymore?
Not at all.
Speaking of that kind of thing, hold on. I'm going to check something real quick. I'm trying LMAO.com. No, there was this website. I swear, it was just like this simple acronym. Like, it was like WTF.com or LMAO.com or lol.com or something. And it was just like this image of this pair smiling or laughing. Like a realistic painting, and on it said like, updates coming soon, and it had been saying that for like 5 years, and they just never got updated. But I can't fucking find it now.
It's probably got updated. It's gone now. It takes a long time to update.
An update if they just don't renew the domain.
Damn.
Yeah, that's an update.
Real. Hold on. Now I can't even find it. I swear. Okay, no. Now I'm feeling like I imagined this, but I know I didn't imagine this. I know it was real. But like, oh wait, I know what it was. Hold on. Except, oh yeah, I remember at one point I went on there and it said new material coming soon, and now they removed the new material coming soon from it. But I found it. It's lolwhat.com. Hold on. There it is.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Okay, so it's like, just a description for those back home. This looks like a pear from the Annoying Orange videos, where it's, like horrifically a human face has been inserted on, except in this case, it is not done using photo editing technology. It is an actual drawing that someone managed to finish before perishing from pure disgust. And it is, Very graphically detailed. I think this might have inspired. I think this might have inspired the album cover for Year of the Snitch.
Yes, that's exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like that's if you know what that album cover looks like and you're listening to this, that's absolutely 100% what you should be picturing.
Except just one of those mouths, but drawn and onto a pear.
This is so bizarre. Why does this exist?
I like how at the top it says comments, inquiries, contact admin.
I'm gonna write.
Yeah, let's write them. All of our viewers, can you?
Just gonna ask them, like,
please write them.
Yo, can you guess
we
on
do
our
an interview with you for our podcast?
That's what I was gonna ask. I gotta come up with something better now. Hold on. All right, I'm loading up my email to admin@lolwhat.com. Subject.
Sure. While you're doing that, let's just jump into the iconic line, "Every day I'm shuffling."
Mm-hmm, absolutely. The defining moment of the song.
Yes.
I mean, not all. Yeah, it's the defining moment.
The defining moment of the decade.
It's the defining T-shirt of the song, and it's the defining. Apparently, a Rick Ross interpolation. I actually didn't know that until today. I guess this just kind of overtook the popularity of "Every Day I'm Hustling," but yeah.
So there's a pair theme going on.
Welcome back to One Track Hivemind Technical Difficulties. The audio between this part and the next part is gone. So I'm here to tell you what happened in between that. So the gang was talking about songs being merchandisable and like capitalism and stuff like that. And then they brought up Chocolate Rain and how it went from this genuine political message to a commercial thing where Tay Zonday officially did Cherry Chocolate Rain as an ad for Dr. Pepper. So now Jen is reading the lyrics to that. Okay, back to the episode.
Fuck you, Craig.
But yeah, the part where he goes, "Oh, has our culture."
Dawson can probably stitch this all up and make it sound coherent without needing to do technical difficulties. Just jump between the audio clips.
Or if anything, just do like one technical difficulties, not two for the time.
Yeah, no, just the one. Yeah, so if I recall correctly, the next line is just like a rapper saying like, he moves his mouth away from the mic so he can breathe. Like, I get that stuck in my head for some reason. I haven't heard that remix in like definitely more than a decade, and it's still in my head for some reason. But yeah, this is your Cherry Chocolate Rain. Release my love and unlock the chains. Cherry Chocolate Rain, your energy is coursing through my veins. Cherry Chocolate Rain, Ohio's agriculture is based on grains. Cherry Chocolate Rain, my love will just never be the same. Dark, sweet, unexpected. Taste the secret, you're infected. Cure my body's deepest pains. Brought the thunder, made it rain. God damn. That's the best Dr. Pepper commercial. I don't even like Dr. Pepper, but I want some.
And the last line of the song is Tay Zonday saying, "This internet thing is wild." And the genius annotation for it. Hold on.
Do you think there are people that we're friends with who were just like too young to remember Chocolate Rain?
Damn.
Absolutely. I absolutely think so. I bet my brother doesn't.
Do you think Danny remembers Chocolate Rain?
Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't remember Chocolate Rain from like it being like I've known about Chocolate Rain for like 5-6 years now, but I didn't know about it when it was a thing. I found out about it by watching like Watch Mojo videos about the top 10 viral videos or whatever.
Oh man, I remember it being literally one of the most viewed videos on YouTube. Whenever I like joined YouTube, it was up there with like evolution of dance and like mysterious ticking noise.
Yeah. I found out about it in a really weird way because like I wasn't really allowed to watch YouTube for most of the time I was young, but I read like a ton of Wikipedia because I was that kind of kid. And at the time, I guess maybe they still do, but Wikipedia at the time had a like disambiguation page of just like all these different internet memes. And if you typed in memes, there would be like all the pages that they classified as internet memes. And that's how I found out about like Charlie the Unicorn, Tay Zonday, all your base are belong to us. Like all that. Like, early YouTube. I guess all your base are belong to us goes back probably to like really early 2000s.
Yeah, that definitely predates YouTube. That just reminds me of the Weezer Pork and Beans video. Have you guys seen it?
I have not.
it's just a bunch of memes from the era. Like they got Tazon Day and they got a bunch of people from all the other like popular YouTube videos. There's a reference to All Your Bass. There's like Leave Britney Alone. There's like the lightsaber battle. The Evolution of Dance guy is in it.
Do they have the guy? Do they have the
such a product of
Miami
its
Boo
time.
guy?
The Numa Numa guy. Yeah. So Party Rock.
Yeah, Party Rock. I
Yeah, let's
agree.
see, where were we in the lyrics? We just want to see you shake it now. Now you want to be. You're naked now. And then just the Lauren Bennett part that I always think Lauren Bosfield for some reason.
Yeah, it's
Get
her.
up,
That's her
yeah.
alias.
Get up, get down, put your hands up to the side. I don't really think I ever considered how bizarre it is to say put your hands up to the sound is.
Put your
'Cause-
hands up to the
Yeah, so
sound.
8D sound is
sound
no
isn't
more.
above.
It's 1D sound now.
Sound isn't above you, you know? So maybe now I should think that this is like surrender yourself to it. Just like
Yes.
succumb to our mind control. What does the annotation say? Oh, my internet's fucking shitty and I can't load it. Great.
Fun.
The rest of the song is pretty much the same. It's just get up, get up, get up, get up, get
It
up.
says put your hands to the sound.
No, don't forget the
Another-
part where he says the SHU in shuffling, but then stops himself and restarts the word. That part's essential.
Every day I'm shut.
That's like the
He's shoe
best
shuffling.
part of the album.
Yes.
Wait, not album
The,
song.
the,
What am I
the
fucking saying?
annotation for put your hands to the I'm sure this is the same person that did the Yo annotation.
Oh, it has to be.
Because it says, another reference from LMFAO's 70s and 80s influence. Put your hands up term was popularized in the 80s by rappers. It means to feel the music and to go along with how it makes you feel. Connect with the artist by putting your hands up and showing them you feel their beats.
And I mean, obviously, you know, hands up, hands up. Like, I get that, but specifying put your hands up to the sound, it just sounds like they're trying to get you to surrender to it.
No, I think it's like, put your hands up like,
I think given the
you
music
know, like
video, like that
to the
supports that theory.
sound of the song. Like it's weird wording, but it's like put your hands up to the sound of this music. Like as you're
no,
putting your hands
exactly.
up. Mhm.
If you've
No,
got your
but
hands
just
up,
like-
that indicates a surrender. You're giving up, letting the music overcome you, and then falling for the government psyop.
True. But how does Shufflebot, fall into this whole theory? What's the role of the Shufflebot?
Well, that's the end goal,
mascot.
right? It's to turn us all into shufflebots, like
right.
figuratively, if not physically. I also think it's interesting thinking about this. If LMFAO were a government psyop, what if Psy was a government psyop?
I think he is.
Korean or American?
Actually, doesn't Psy have that song where he's like, kill those Yankees, and it was a whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of based, actually. It was like a post-Iraq war type stuff where he was like,
Yeah.
yeah. It was pretty awesome to see that get spread after Psy was already like the biggest man in the world for 6 months.
Psy
And
is
then
honestly
Psy
kinda
was
good.
like, oh no, I didn't. That's a mistranslation. That's not what that song meant.
That's a great one to fall back on. Okay, so now that we've gone through all the lyrics, let me just quickly bring up some of the comments on song meanings, because we haven't done that since Ocean Avenue. Top comment. I love this song. Every single time I turn up the volume and start dancing, smiley face. Aw. Thanks,
happy.
Angel9494.
Shout out.
Shut
What
up.
year do you think that person was born?
Oh, this is even better. I hope that on our rise to the top, no lead in our Zeppelin is a respectful nod to rock legends Led Zeppelin and not an insult.
Actually,
No,
did
we
you
can't
know?
have that. We can't have that beef being started.
Actually, did you know that like the name Led Zeppelin comes from somebody like dissing Led Zeppelin, basically? Because somebody was telling Robert Plant, like, "Oh yeah, your band project will go down like a Led Zeppelin." He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make that the band name." Kind of like, yeah.
I was going to mention the Daft Punk, which is also...
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
Yeah,
going to say.
what-
Kind of like
yeah,
a Daft
Daft
Punk,
Punk,
yeah. Yeah, where Melody Maker or whatever review called the new song by their band Darlin said that it was Daft Punk, and they were like, "Fuck it."
Which is, I mean, I really like, reclaiming insults like that as your band name. But another story that I just heard about that totally sounds like one of those Onion, the clickhole quotes is, and I posted this the other day, so you might have seen it, but it was where the name of the band Korn came from. Is that they were like, this is like kind of chuggy, aggressive, angry music. Let's give it a dumb name. And they were like, what if we call it Korn? And they were like, well, we can't call it Korn with a C. That'd be ridiculous. So they drew out a logo with a K and then a backwards R, and they were like, perfect, that's it. And their manager was like, you can't call your band Korn. That's like, dumb. And they were like, okay, the manager's name was Larry. They were like, well, okay, we'll call it Larry. And he was like, you can't do that. And they were like, Korn or Larry, your choice.
Oh my god.
That is amazing.
I think this song is about making people get up and dance, smiley face. I think the meaning of the song
over
is
their
pretty
fucking
obvious.
minds.
No. Yeah, it's about making people. That's the part that you have to focus in on. Making people.
This song is God, I don't fuck.
Man, this is something that I've never heard. Have you guys ever heard this? Is someone says, well, party rock is actually a type of cocaine, famous during its disco period. The song could be all about using cocaine in the club.
I mean, party rock does sound like a pretty legitimate. Or it sounds like it very well could be.
In the same way that you could take any nationality and then a noun and then say it sounds like an Urban Dictionary term.
Yeah.
Like that one Community joke where they say Mexican Halloween is a sex position.
Yeah. I mean, it does make sense if only from like rock being a common slang term, but I think if you listen to the rest of the song, I don't think it has any kind of meaning like that. Like they're
Plus
not like
their entire image is based on it.
Yeah, like they're just like partying, and I get that it's like I don't think that's what it is. I really just think they put party in front of rock and called it a day.
Yeah, I don't think they put a lot of thought into it. Besides the psyop, but like it's not a psyop about cocaine. It's a different psyop entirely.
Yeah, the government's already done all their drug psyops. Where else is there to go?
Yeah, you're right.
I finished writing my email, by the way.
Oh, okay. What does it say?
Okay.
So we have a business inquiry. Hello, I am part of a startup music conglomerate known as One Track Hivemind that is looking to corner the market, so to speak, on internet discourse. Recently, we have learned the immense value that your website domain, lawwhat.com, holds great value in the current market. That sentence is deliberately as butchered as possible. I am interested in making an offer for your website, lawwhat.com, so that we may use it for our further business ventures. And then I put 2 spaces before the period, because again, I just really want to sell this idea that I'm like some boomer in Silicon Valley or whatever.
Okay, take that email. Don't send it yet, though. Send it from the One Track Hivemind email address.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I can do that. The second paragraph is, we partake primarily in the production of promising potential NFTs. And I was wondering if in lieu of a traditional purchase price, you would possibly participate in a kind of cohabitual relationship with us. I couldn't remember the term for when animals like live together in like harmony. So I just use cohabitual instead. I'm pretty sure that's like a sexual thing, but I think it's okay. I think it's fine.
It definitely is, it kind of sounds on brand for like what a boomer would type out.
Yes. For the usage of this domain, lawwhat.com, we would be willing to offer you an inclusive NFT of one of our many properties, ranging from the works of legendary rap duo Diplo Panics. We hope you will be able to cooperate. And then at the bottom, I couldn't think of a funny fake name or anything, so I just put, "Thank you, sent from my iPhone."
The comma makes it look like "sent from my iPhone" is the name, so I think like a period would be better at the end there, just to sell it a tiny bit more.
It's supposed to look like it's
it's the lead singer sent from popular band My iPhone.
I wanted it like specifically to look like it was like what's the word? Like something that you fill in, like it's like just a traditional closer that I have for the email that I have it set up to put every time, but that like I keep forgetting to put my name in there. So it's just "Thank you, sent from my iPhone." All right, let me nab that whole email. I don't think I have the One Track Hivemind email.
The credentials are in the server. I think they're pinned.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Love this song. I don't blame them for shuffling. Just shuffle.
I also do not blame them for shuffling.
I don't either because I've been brainwashed.
Yeah.
Another person says, "This is a fun song. I love the beat, and I can't stop moving to it whenever I hear it over the car's radio. Reminds me of
can't
80s
stop
music.
moving."
Good dance music, upbeat sound. No, it says Higley. Forgot the other H. Higley techno with lyrics, etc. Fun, fun, fun. Can't beat this kind of music in a club when the reason you're there is to dance! Space exclamation point. You know, maybe they're onto something about the cocaine."
That was all one. Yeah, that was all like
That was one comment.
I think that's someone like trying to send out a message. Like, have you tried reading the first letter of every single like word
Every
in that or
fourth
something?
word. Every fourth word.
I think
TIAFS ILTBACSM TIWIHIOTC. Oh, yeah, I don't think that spells anything. No lead in our Zeppelin. Someone explain that one, please. It sounds like a major diss to me. Funny how Moves Like Jagger is a respectful song towards Mick. Is LMFAO doing a rock anthem song that disses the rock legends that are Led Zeppelin? Someone explain. I could be really defensive for no reason, lol.
Look, I'm not gonna. This is a 100% genuine and honest opinion. I think that Party Rock Anthem, like my experience with Led Zeppelin is like super wide ranging, but I think that Party Rock Anthem is a better song than every single song on Led Zeppelin 2. And I will stand by that opinion.
It's better than every song Led Zeppelin ever wrote. I've heard all their albums.
I've only heard Led Zeppelin 2.
I used to
but I
own
will
a couple
say-
of them back when I tried to convince myself that it would make me look cool.
I have heard none of them.
You're better off for it.
Swag.
Whether this song is about rock, as in the music genre, or something else, it shouldn't be insulted by metalheads for being another carefree pop song. I like to be happy instead of cutting myself. No homo. What?
What? What?
And then it says Led Zeppelin rocks 2 with like the /M/ for like devil horns. But what is that? I like to be happy instead of cutting myself. No homo. XD. What does that mean? That just took like a ridiculous turn.
What? I like to be happy instead of cutting myself. So like they, instead of being sad, they like to be gay, but they're like,
Maybe that's what they're getting at, is the whole like gay happy, but they. I'm just like baffled. I can't wrap my head around this.
that symbol is supposed to be the rock symbol. I thought it was like a dude just like staring up in the sky and throwing his arms up.
No, it's the devil horns like with your.
Wait, you thought that the M was eyes?
I thought it was
Mr.
like
Krabs? You thought it was like Mr. throwing his hands up?
I thought it was this.
Yeah, but like, what would the M be?
I guess I just thought it was a dude's head that was sectioned off weird.
Oh, because you said
He's got a mohawk. That's why.
I'm gonna need access to that One Track Hivemind Gmail. Friends, I gotta get a verification code or something.
Oh, here, let me get it for you.
Okay.
I might actually not be logged on this computer now because of the hard drive. Yeah, I'm not. Someone else got to do it. Ask Peanut.
Yeah, Peanut definitely has all that stuff.
They're not dissing Zeppelin. No lead in our Zeppelin means high. A Zeppelin is a balloon that flies. No lead to weigh it down.
So they're not high. They're not high? They're not doing
they
drugs.
No, they are because there's no lead.
Oh,
There's no lead to weigh them down.
Okay. I don't know why I can't interpret anything.
This comment says, "Oh, I made this my dad's." Oh, that's supposed to say ringtone, but it's spelled REINGTONEDG. Ringtone for when he calls. Yep. In my opinion, this is great. I like this interpretation. In my opinion, this sounds like a robbery. We're in the building. Everyone relax unless you want to lose your minds. We just want to see you cooperate. Shake that. And then they just pasted the lyrics and started like occasionally inserting it. Like this is just like pasting the lyrics. What else do we got? Party Rock Anthem means it's time to show the club they run the show because it's been done.
What?
They run a club?
In the club,
is this
like
rock?
If all goes well, turns out fine, and the girls there won't forget about them and would party with them and could possibly end up a groupie. That's rock and roll. Dude, you're just rambling now. Spend half the profits on black and the other half on white. Domino effect for another appearance in the club. Getting money
What?
overdub. It just says getting money overdub.
This is making no sense whatsoever.
I was like with it at first, but nah. Step up if you want to try and stop. Hating is bad. One more shot. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, it just every day I'm shuffling, counting money like cards. Oh, this was like 2019 that someone posted this though.
Why are there so many people who are still like rocking with this song?
We're
Just,
literally
like,
doing a
No,
podcast
all
episode
these
on it
other
right now.
comments that I'm reading off are from 2011 and 12.
Yeah.
Oh, this one is -2. I've never seen negative votes on this website in my life. This is the girl who sings a part and it sounds like a slut! 3 exclamation points. Why are you so mean to this girl based on what she sounds like? Also, why are you slut shaming?
Pretty awesome. Great comment.
Truly.
I just put in the password for One Track Hivemind, but I gotta do it again.
Cool.
You guys mind if I read it out loud for the podcast?
Password?
I mean, Peanut can edit it out, I guess. Imagine Peanut just like fucks up and accidentally leaves it.
it's like overlaid against everything else. Okay, I'm gonna feel
Yes.
real bad because I think I just had to. Okay, I think I had to send it again. Oops, LMAO, or should I say LMFAO? I'm sorry, I'm like this. I have to retype the whole thing because all I saved was the screenshot by accident. And I'm thinking about just sending the screenshot instead of typing it all out just to add another layer of. But I don't think that's like very boomery.
No.
Ugh. Do we have anything? Should we do final thoughts or do we have anything else? I think we actually made pretty decent time on this one.
Yeah, this
We
one
made pretty
isn't going to
decent
be
time.
10 hours long. Let's
Yeah,
go.
it's like not even an hour and a half yet.
Why it's time to reveal that this is a double episode with Sexy and I Know It. We gotta
Oh
talk-
yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it.
No, I do just want to talk about that song very briefly. That song is hilarious to me in like ways that very few songs are.
By all means.
Part of what I loved about it is that like I think they released it after Party Rock Anthem, but it definitely got popular after Party Rock Anthem. So what it seemed like to me is that they got like this big hit with Party Rock Anthem, which like is a pretty agreeable song lyrical wise, aside from a couple of lines, you know, that maybe could be objectionable. And then they immediately drop Sexy and I Know It. So they know that they're going to have another like huge hit on their hands. So they're aggressively promoting this song where even the title is like something that YouTube won't autofill. Like you can't type it into YouTube. It won't autofill it for you.
YouTube won't autofill sexy.
Yeah, no, at least not in the day. Because I remember I would be trying to look it up. And if you typed in LMFAO, like it would do that just fine. But then the suggested ones would be Party Rock Anthem. And then it would be like, and I Know It. And then some wise guys put like Pretty and I Know It as like another one of the main suggested ones. Also, though, something that I don't think most of the internet experienced, but that I thought was huge at the time, there were so many YouTube parodies of Sexy and I Know It. I saw at least 20. Like, that is not an exaggeration.
God, I remember I had a Bart Baker face at one point, and I went back and watched
man,
one of
yeah, I
his old
remember those.
parodies, and he had the fucking. I remember the Sexy and I Know It one was Sexy Homeless. That was the Bart Baker parody.
So many of them. I watched so many of them, and none of them were clever, right? Like, most of them took the word sexy and replaced it with another adjective, and that was the entire parody. There was, like, gassy, and I Know It, I remember quite fondly. And that one was literally just the original song, but it was like, haha, fart. And I don't remember the name, but I saw one that was for Call of Duty, and I don't even know why I clicked on it, because I never played Call of Duty. But I just remember that one they put in actual effort, but it sounded like they did legitimately record it over a game of Call of Duty with their mic. And it had like the most stereotypical gamer lingo possible, where it was like, yo, I'm running through these noobs like noobs. Like it was that and repetitive. Like they only knew 5 terms that you used in Call of Duty, and they just kept using like noob, teabag, fragging, and like kill streak or something. And that was like the only things that they changed about the song. absolutely immense experience. Also, they played Sexy and I Know It in my middle school gym class. That's not like
I vaguely have a memory of like them playing it at like the middle school I went to or something like that. Like I don't remember specifically, but I do definitely have like a vague memory of that song being played either in high school or middle school.
And that was when I didn't know what sex was until I heard that song. And then I like immediately was ruined.
It all went downhill from there.
It all went downhill. Yeah, the school playing Sexy and I Know It in gym class. Because, that's a universal experience. Happened to me too. I think I lost my virginity that night, actually. My my mind had been opened.
I'm pretty sure everyone loses it the night they first listen to that song.
I remember.
How did you even hold
on
to
the
it?
Ring. It's like you watch the video, and then you die in like a week. You hear the song, and within like 6 hours, you lose your virginity.
I heard the song, and my lip was just crushed. It was ripped out of my body, like my spirit. It was just gone. My virginity was just gone in a second.
I like how you equate your virginity to your spirit.
Well, I was saying it was inside my spirit, and I could feel it in there, and then it was gone. It just disappeared. The song stripped it away from me, and it stripped me because I had to get video thongs.
I remember back in the day, I used to think that video was like, just like I was like, oh yeah, this is like the most explicit video I've ever seen. And I used to think it was super like, because they stripped their underwear, and I was like, oh my god, nudity on television, because I was like 11 or something.
Yeah, when I was young, I thought it was illegal for people to see you naked if you weren't married, like under all circumstances.
Really?
Yeah, like for a really long time. I don't know. I don't think I still believed that when I got to that point, but I remember there was like just some people when I was younger talking about like this explicit drawing of The Simpsons, I guess, that had gone popular, and I was like, whoa, somebody's going to be arrested for drawing that.
That's how it works, yes.
Yeah, I genuinely was like, I also thought that it was an official thing from The Simpsons. So I remember thinking to myself, like, man, the people who draw The Simpsons are going to be in so much trouble. They drew Homer naked and everybody saw it, except me.
Except you, because if you saw it, then, God forbid, you lose your virginity again.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on right now. Although I am eating.
Jen do be consuming food, though.
The consumption.
I'm like trying to lean away from the mic a little bit, like move away from the mic to breathe, but...
Yeah, move away from the mic to breathe.
Strawberries are really juicy,
Yeah.
Anyway,
just like the cherry chocolate ring. It's also
yeah, why are we not all drinking like the cherry Pepsi, whatever the fuck flavor it was?
We'll do that next time. Or it was cherry Dr. Pepper.
Oh, wait, no, I think we talked about both, but yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We got to lean hard into just like trying to court sponsors. So
no, we need to stick to our brand of like specifically saying we don't have a sponsor every episode. Like we have to mention the fact that we are not sponsored by NordVPN.
Oh, right, what if we're not sponsored?
What if
this episode is not sponsored by Rich Wallets?
What if
we don't care if you have a bulky old leather wallet? We just genuinely do that.
What if like before every sponsorship we were just to be like, hey there, we are not sponsored by NordVPN, but you know who we are sponsored by? Dr. Pepper Cherry, yeah.
And then, we are not sponsored by Coca-Cola, but you know who we are sponsored by? Pepsi, bitch. Fuck yeah.
There's a bit of a conflict of interest. I was going to say, I drink a lot of Pepsi, so I could probably get a sponsorship from them, but they also issued a cease and desist to St. Pepsi, who's a friend of mine. So, I don't know. Should I? What if I? Well, no, I mean, corporations are
from
evil.
Corporations suck. Boo.
I can't believe
boo.
I got so in the mode of that joke that I almost actually talked myself into taking money from Pepsi.
Well, if you're stealing money from Pepsi, then that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, get on the ground floor of Pepsi.
Just Party Rock Anthem is not about a bank robbery. It's actually about robbing Pepsi headquarters.
Yes, we need to let all of our listeners know in a super secret way that we actually hate the products that sponsor us. We just do it for the money.
Red Food, but he's not robbing. They're not robbing the money from their Pepsi headquarters. They're just stealing a bunch of bottles of Pepsi. And the Red Food, he's running to the bottles of Pepsi like Drano. He's just running through them, just drinking a bunch. Like he's not even taking it with him. He's in the headquarters, just drinking a bunch of bottles back to back.
I could imagine just like, you remember when flash mobs were a thing, and there probably were a bunch of flash mobs with this song. using a flash mob as like a front for stealing a bunch of Pepsi.
Pepsi specifically?
Well, yeah, because that's we're talking about Pepsi headquarters. They like hold a heist where the flash mob like comes in and they start dancing and they just kind of break off.
But
from
how
the
could
crowd.
you? But how could you be mad at Pepsi? They ended racism.
Oh shit!
That's
Right,
true.
they did end racism.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to get them to like work with David Guetta. That's all I'm saying.
Shout out to his family.
Wait, did you say David Guetta?
Guetta?
Guetta.
I've
You said it like he was like a mold of cheese.
David
Guetta.
Can I get some extra Guetta on my Puschetti?
I genuinely did not realize that pronunciation was incorrect. I thought that was right.
It's just Guetta.
No, he's
Guetta?
yeah. Well, he's French. The French is David Guetta, but yeah.
He's French?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I thought that David Guetta was the person who was singing in Titanium for many years.
Oh my God.
So
I
I
mean,
don't
at least David Guetta didn't make that fucking terrible movie about
yeah.
Oh, was that
Yeah.
Sia singing on that song?
Yes.
Oh man, yeah.
I just want to bring up a fun fact because I don't think I brought it up here in our previous AJR centric episodes, but I do think it would be funny if we bring AJR up at least once every episode. Sia is the reason AJR got signed. They just like made a bunch of demos together while they were living together, and then like tweeted them at a whole bunch of verified accounts on Twitter. And Sia apparently like saw it, listened to the demo, thought it had potential, and got them in talks with like her manager. Or some manager.
When
at
you were
least.
saying when they lived together, I thought you meant that like Sia lived with them, and I was like, isn't she like in her mid-40s?
I mean, hold on, no, never mind. I don't know if this is true. I got look
Sia
this up,
is she's 45 years old. How old are the
Yeah,
AJR
yeah.
guys?
Like late 20s kind of thing.
AJR guys' age. I just mid-late, depending on the guy, because they're like brothers or something.
According to this, 30, 27, and 23 are the ages.
Wait, did you say 23?
Yeah, Jackmet is 23, according to famous birthdays, that is.
Okay, their first album came out in like 20. Well, I guess the album came out in 2015, so that's not that unreasonable that he would be like 18.
They had stuff that's like kind of lost to time even before that.
Yeah, they had like an EP and stuff because I was reading about their Wikipedia hit. I swear, listen, I'm not saying I like AJR. I was just saying I was reading about them for the morbid curiosity. I was reading about AJR, and like they had stuff out. So like he was like 16 when they were tweeting at Sia, or younger.
Yeah.
It says that was in 2012, and what? He's 23 now,
Yeah.
so he would have been 14.
Fucking bro.
No, but you were talking about how it would be weird if Sia were living with them. But the girl who's the star of the new movie and who Sia has been collaborating with for like ages, and she was in the Chandelier video and all that. According to Sia's mom, when this girl Maddie Ziegler was only 12, she slept in the same bed as Sia like a few times.
Oh man, Gandhi type beat.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway, fuck
weird.
Sia is the moral of this episode.
I used to like her,
True.
man.
Yeah, I liked some of her songs.
It's like that Kanye meme with Lady Gaga. It's like I like some of the Sia songs. What the fuck does she know about being a decent human being?
Yeah.
True.
So, I guess we should wrap it up. Final thoughts?
It's a fucking banger.
It's a great song. It is not a very substantive song, and I think if you need it to be, maybe this band is not for you. Maybe party rock as a movement was not created for you. Party rock is all about taking the pretentiousness and
But party rock is for everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Party
it's for everyone.
If you say party rock
and I
fast
think
enough,
that
it sounds like
goes for
psyop.
regardless of whether it's a psyop or not.
Party rock?
And other
Yeah.
things
I don't
that
think
I want to say of my
Hold
own
on,
free will
hold on a second.
buy
Promise.
cherry, Dr. Pepper.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
say-
stopping us. Do
Uh,
not buy
support that.
NordVPN.
I'm not sponsored by Square Enix.
Not sponsored.
I don't hear it.
I mean, it seems like pretty convincing evidence to me.
No, hold on. Look, I'm gonna say party rock super fast. Some of them you say when I'm a human.
You dropped out like halfway through.
What? No, I did the fucking rap god for.
Yeah, I was
Another
gonna
one
say
was-
God hates Eminem and didn't want you to keep going. So my final thoughts are: I went in thinking the song was amazing. I'm leaving thinking it's amazing, but not sure if I think it's amazing genuinely or just because the government tells me so.
Damn.
Find out next time when we're officially dedicating this to all of the LMFAO party rock adjacent things.
Oh, and one more thing is I have a video playlist on YouTube that's like really, really short because it's like just every video that I've ever said, like this is one of my favorite YouTube videos ever. And one of them is it's like 10 videos, and one of them is Party Rock Evangelion, which was like the first same BPM meme I ever saw, which is where they just overlay the Evangelion theme song over Party Rock Anthem, and it works so perfectly because the dance moves they do in the Everyday I'm Shuffling part just sync up 100%. Like I think everybody, it should be mandatory viewing for probably everybody, and it's such a powerful video that is the reason I watched the show in the first place.
Damn, that's powerful. I remember back in like, I don't know what was like mid 2019 or something. I once like, I very rarely like tweet memes or whatever that I make on Twitter because I'm not creative and I can't ever think of them. But one of the only ever ones I tweeted that like did well was me like editing audio onto Party Rock Anthem, and it was Six Impala's Chrome type, and it worked way too fucking well. Damn, Jen hit the mute button. What the fuck?
Because I'm eating.
Jen be eating.
It's because you mentioned Six Impala.
Shut the
When you mentioned Six Impala, the room goes silent.
I mentioned
Everybody
the
give
good
their-
album, okay?
Give the
Shut up.
fucking final thoughts.
I already gave my final thoughts, kind of. Has anyone not gone?
My final thoughts are that it's very very good. It's
I
good
agree.
music.